would you look at that? What? By the way, you guys, just a random fact. This shirt, the one that I wore for Avengers, the first one, and the one that I will be wearing for Infinity War, I bought all those at different time periods of my life, and they still fit me. So I essentially haven't grown since I was like 13. So that's something. Anyways, hey guys, I'm Orlando, and today I'm going to be reviewing Avengers: Age of Ultron. This film is next in the timeline, taking place in 2015. It's still dealing with everything that happened in Winter Soldier, the fall of Hydra, and S.H.I.E.L.D. And the Avengers are on a mission to get Loki's staff back from the first movie, and they get it back, and then Tony starts experimenting on it because he's still that same PTSD Tony. It's like he never learned anything from his actions in his own solo movie. And he's so obsessed with the world being safe no matter what, he creates this artificial intelligence that's designed to save the world named Ultron. And we all know how artificial intelligence goes in movies. My major complaint with this movie is that it seems like none of the characters have that same development that they've had in their solo movies. Like, honestly, you could go from watching Avengers to Age of Ultron and you wouldn't miss anything because the characters in this movie act like they haven't learned anything. However, one of the best parts of this entire movie for me is the banter between all the Avengers. It's still like the first one. It's Joss Whedon taking the helm of this film once again. He really knows how to just make dialogue interesting between characters, and I love how that was, especially this one scene in the beginning that was like a party pretty much. I loved it. I just love watching the Avengers just hang out and just talk with each other. It's great. I like the villain of Ultron, however, I feel like his character development was way too rushed. Like, he went from having shitty Ultron to Ultron Prime in damn near instant. What the fuck? But I did find his character annoying sometimes. He was just pretty much evil Iron Man. Like, he had the same, like, personality as Iron Man because he was made by Tony Stark. And he was just quippy and just an evil dickhead, which is like, okay. This film also introduces 2 new additions to the team. Oh, no, 3, I guess, if you count that one. Quicksilver, Scarlet Witch, and the Vision. The first 2 have a lot of screen time given the fact that Vision is only in like the 3rd act of the movie for like 5 minutes. But even though some people might not like all those 3 characters, I personally enjoyed seeing them on screen. They were fun to have in the movie. They added like a new dynamic instead of having like the same old Avengers do the same old stuff, because by this time around, this movie doesn't have the same feel as the first movie, because the first movie was just so unique and it was like, wow, this is actually happening. But this movie, it's like, wow, we've seen this before, and nothing is really like surprising anymore, you know? Another thing this movie has, once again, like Thor: The Dark World, this movie is ugly to look at. It has this weird aesthetic of gray and blue throughout the entire movie, except for this one part where they're in South Africa. But besides that, the whole movie is just gray and blue, and it just looks fucking nasty to me. I don't know why they did that. Like I mentioned, this isn't like the first one, so you know, we've seen it all before, and I like how the Avengers not only talk with one another, but how their powers play off each other. Especially with Thor's hammer and Captain America's shield. I love how they play off each other with that shit. It's amazing. The action, once again, is fucking amazing. Like, what do you expect? It's Marvel. They know what they're doing, especially with the CGI. This movie was hated a lot because it expanded the Marvel universe instead of being its own movie. Like, Thor goes on this whole subplot trying to figure out like what's happening with the Infinity Stones and all this shit because he gets a vision. And a lot of people didn't like that, but I felt like it was necessary. Like, it helps the characters in the long run, I feel like, and that was a sacrifice that needed to be had. Also, I love how this movie finally expanded more on Hawkeye and how people relate to him way more. Because in the first Avengers movie, he was mind controlled for like 90% of the movie. He really didn't have a big scene in Thor. Like, he was really forgettable. But this movie like fleshed out his character even more, and people just grew to him more, and I liked how they did that. Comparative to the first Avengers, this is a downgrade for me, but just slightly, because I still really enjoy this movie to this day. It's just not as good as the first one. But overall, I give this movie an 8 out of 10. Have you guys seen Age of Ultron? Do you agree with my opinion? Let me know down in the comments below, please, and thank you. If you guys enjoyed this video, please consider hitting the like and subscribe button for more of my movie reviews. While I'm going to be putting up end cards. We're almost on to phase 3, baby. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will be seeing you in the next one. Peace.
That's the best you can do!
You had to ask.